Yesterday, I caught up with a live stream from Saturday night that was hosted by Alex at Beer and Vinyl, and he had Rob from Northern Revolutions on there, and we had the French Vinyl Addict, and even Vinyl Richie showed up as well later on in the conversation. And there was a short section within the in the middle of this live stream where they were kind of complaining about people putting YouTube videos out saying these are my 10 worst albums or the 10 worst tracks or the bands I hate the most. And I thought, oh, well, I've been planning to do a video on my top 5 or top 10 or top 15 worst songs from decent albums. And I thought, should I abandon my little project? Well, the answer is no. That's why I'm here today. So I'm going to just cover 5 songs that I think are detestable, and they're all from solid, sometimes excellent albums. But the truth is that these songs they irritate me so much that I rarely play the album, or if I play the album, I'll skip that track. I'll literally get up and move the track on, move the cartridge on, the stylus on. So here we go, in no particular order. The first one is from this monster album, Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits. And no, it's not Money for Nothing. It's Walk of Life. I like Dire Straits. I saw them early in their career and I followed them right the way through, and I'm still a big fan of Mark Knopfler to the present day. And the first few albums, it's just taste, isn't it? First few albums, they kind of had this serious mood within their music. They were trying to create the atmosphere, the late night on the river, really interesting sort of stuff. But somehow, I don't know what did it. Maybe it was the success of Romeo and Juliet single from Making Movies. But anyway, they came up with this album. It's a monster because I think it was the CD that everybody bought. Maybe the biggest selling CD album of all time, for all I know. But Walk of Life, they had this song, didn't they? This EP, Twisting by the Pool, which wasn't too bad. I thought, oh, hang on, something's happening here. Anyway, Walk of Life came along, third track on this on side one on this album, and it's just awful, terrible, terrible, cheesy keyboards in it, up tempo, absolute earworm. Does my head in. So every time I play this album, which is not very often, I skip that track. Here's another one. Has anybody seen the movie Mamma Mia? Well, I haven't, even though we've owned it in this house for years. And my girls, every time they watch it, I have to leave the room because ABBA songs are earworms. And if you hear someone, Pierce Brosnan, butchering an ABBA tune, my fear is I'll never get that bloody sound out of my ear forever. So, I like ABBA. This was not the first album I bought, but I bought this album when I was on holiday in Tenerife, 1980, I think it was. And this is the Spanish version of Greatest Hits, Volume 1. And the song I absolutely detest is Waterloo. It's just, if you can't, if you're an alien coming down to Earth and the first song you heard had to be an ABBA song, they'd probably pick Waterloo. Oh, it's just awful, awful. So bubblegum, cheesy, horrible, horrible. Anyway, this is a fantastic album by a band that I've been a huge fan of for years as well. And this is R.E.M. and Automatic for the People. The album that followed Out of Time. And the track I hate, and I do hate it, is the Sidewinder Sleeps Tonight. Because it's got that bloody whim away kind of melody in it, and it's just again, I think it was because when I was growing up, there was a hit single that was basically that song, and it like an earworm, you just can't get rid of it. And R.E.M. come along and just bring to the front of mind that bloody awful single. So I hate that song from a fantastic band and a brilliant album. This one, I don't hate it as much, but I'm sick of hearing it, and I'm sick of hearing it in connection with a sporting event. Now, anybody who likes football, the Champions League uh, in Europe, they have this. Is it Handel or Bach? They've got this Champions League anthem that's some bastardization of a choral piece from 300 or 400 years ago or something like that. And it's toe-curlingly bad. It's horrible. But sometimes this song comes up in similar fashion, and it's "We Are the Champions" from Queen's "News of the World." Everybody knows that song. One thing you cannot criticize is Freddie Mercury's vocal. It is out of this world, but the song is stuck in my head, and I just simply don't want to hear it ever again. And finally, you'll be pleased to know there are 2 more videos of these coming at some point, but I'm just doing 5 at a time. So number 5, and this is a band that I've long liked, and I saw kind of many times, and it's Genesis, and this is their final album with Phil Collins, We Can't Dance, and the song I hate is I Can't Dance, which I think is the second track. No, it's the first track on side 2. It's a double album, and I remember they did it. They did another tour. They got Ray Wilson on vocals, and they did one more tour around 1996, I think it was, and I went to the Birmingham NAC Arena to see it, and they'd been hinting that they were going to go away from the Phil Collins sing along kind of hit sound. They were going to go back to a more darker, dare I say it, more progressive sound, and so they kind of reconstituted the band. As I say, brought in a new singer, but for some reason they just couldn't let go. They wanted the adulation. So come the encore, just there's so many songs in their catalogue they could have chosen, but they chose I Can't Dance. And I just said, I can't stay. And I tailed it out of there, beat the traffic, got out before having to stomach the whole of that song. So anyway, so that's 5 songs that I hate from, and this is a good album, by the way. I know you probably don't like Genesis, but if you're a Genesis fan and you got sick of Invisible Touch and Mama and all that crud, this was a kind of a bit of a return to form. I think it's more varied, more interesting. But that song, that single, is absolutely abominable. So anyway, as I say, 2 more videos to come, but you can't wait. See you later.